Okay, the last part of this lesson is solving for n in that formula, square root of p hat times 1 minus p hat over n, which equals the standard error of proportion. So if I need to find n, I need to know the p hat and the standard error. In this class, that's how we're going to do it. When you get to further on in statistics, there's a little more to it. But just to give you some basics, we're going to say a telephone survey received favorable responses of 60%. So there's your p hat, 60%. So p hat is 0.6. And then the error was about 22%. So what was the sample size? So error was 0.22. Well, okay, so if I go to this formula here, I'm going to put p hat in, right? P hat, which is 0.6, and 1 minus p hat was 0.4 over n, which I don't know, has to be equal to, or it could be less than, right? It could be less than or equal to 0.22. In this problem, it was equal to, but we're going to go with the less than or equal to. Okay, so 0.6 times 0.4. 0.6 times 0.4 is 0.6 is 0.24. So square root of 0.24 over n is less than or equal to 0.22. Now, how do I undo a square root? Square both sides. So 0.22 squared is 0.0484. So when I square the left-hand side, I end up with 0.24 over n, and that's going to be less than or equal to 0.0484. All right. So I need to get n I need to get n by itself, so that means I got to multiply both sides by n, and I have 0.24 equals 0.0484n. Divide both sides by 0.0484. That was less than or equal to 0.24 divided by 0.0484, and you get 4.95 or 4.96. So 4.96 is less than or equal to n. Now that means since a sample size can't be a decimal, it has to be an integer. You always round up, because if you round down, you would get the wrong answer. The error would be too small or too big. So I'm going to round that to 5, and I'm going to just flip that around. So n has to be at least 5 to get that error, to get that within that error parameter. Okay, so go ahead and stop the video, do the try it, and we'll finish up with the last problem. So p hat was 0.45, and SEP is 6. So 0.45 and 1 minus 0.45 is 0.55 over n is less than or equal to 0.06. So 0.45 times 0.55 is 0.2475. And then square both sides. We've got 0.2475 over n is less than or equal to 0.0036. And if you notice from the previous example, when you multiply both sides by n and then divide, these just switch spots. So n is going to be greater than or equal to 0.2475 over 0.0036. 0.2475 divided by 0.0036, and that's 68.75, so it's 69. So n is greater than or equal to 69. Okay, so that's it for that lesson.